Some of the venerated trainers in the industry have suggested that weapon lights are the most overrated tool that you have on your pistol. Let's take a look.
One of the big crazes you see in the gun culture today, you'll see a light on the gun. That's kind of the given, package.
We're going to get gadgets. That's what the industry's all about. Selling widgets, gadgets, a little change here or there. It's going to make me a better shooter.
I agree. You don't need every single gadget in the world to make you a better shooter. But a light isn't a gadget that helps you shoot better, is it? It's really a light that helps you identify your targets better. And if we're people who carry pistols, we're probably all about carrying a tool in the toolbox that can help solve an additional problem.
We have to clear our house, so I'm moving one end of my house to another. Do I use a gun light? And do I sweep my kids? Do I sweep other family members potentially?
I think as trainers, they should know that there are techniques to mitigate this. These are the umbrella and baseboard lighting techniques. You can go look them up on the internet. It means that you bounce light off of other areas of the house while keeping your pistol pointed up or down. You can provide more illumination into your house and your rooms without necessarily sweeping everybody.
You've got to go, all right, is it better to have a handheld? So I'm handheld. I have a gun light, so when I have, work around SWAT people, I look like a SWAT person. I carry the same equipment, but 90% of the time, I'm using a handheld.
Great. Paul uses a handheld 90% of the time. I agree. I think a handheld is such a tremendous tool. You'll see me carrying one just about every day, but he's also setting up a false dichotomy where if he's using a pistol, he's sweeping the whole world. He seems to indicate that a light here is good for him. I don't know why it's not good for us.
Back, when I was a SWAT cop, obviously everybody wanted a light on their gun. And it does have some applications in that environment. In the one where we're going in, for example, okay, somebody's gonna climb up and clear the attic, or somebody's gonna look under the crawl space, or there's places you have to look. And at close quarters, a long gun, manipulation-wise, can be hard, so a handgun. And a weapon mounted light, when you're holding on to a ladder or pushing a door out of the way or whatever, there's an application for it.
I don't know why that doesn't apply to you or I, and it's only for the SWAT guys.
What I tell people is, now everybody wants to be a cool kid and have all these gadgets in their gun.
Yes, I want to be a cool kid and have the gear necessary, the additional tools in my toolbox necessary to solve more problems and to protect those I love. If that makes me a cool kid, yeah, count me in.
Okay, you carry a gun, and especially if you're in the private sector, you're not a soldier, you're not, in law enforcement. If you carry a gun with a light on it, when's the last time you needed that?
You know what, Ken? I don't remember the last time I needed my pistol, so should I be leaving that in the safe at home? I've been carrying since I was 21. I got my concealed carry permit on my 21st birthday. I have never needed my pistol. So by Ken's argument here, I shouldn't even have a pistol with me because when was the last time I needed it?
I had a guy tell me, well, yeah, but if I have to change a tire, I go, are you an idiot?
But that's happened.
The problem is he's not bringing up all the other unsafe uses of a pistol that were without a light even. Yes, people are idiots, but we should take care of that through training, which I think is an industry that Ken might be related to.
The bottom line is, I think lights in today's world are extremely overrated.
Today's world, the lights are so much more powerful, they're so much better, they're more compact, they're easier to carry, but they're overrated because I don't know why, because you're gonna use it. You and I are gonna use it unsafely. I think that's the argument Ken's made. So all right, I've had enough. There's more content here, but I've had enough. Let me provide a couple of arguments that I think they should have made. One is it adds additional cost and bulk to your carry setup. And yes, a good weapon mounted light's gonna set you back $120 to $150 and up. And then you're gonna have to get a holster for it, which is gonna cost you probably around another $100. On the other hand, there's so much utility that comes with having a light on your pistol. First off, no matter what, when you grab that pistol, now you've got a light source attached to it. And even if you do have a handheld light with you, they've talked about, and I agree, that having both hands on your pistol makes you an accurate shooter. And they've talked about where there could be dark indoors when it's even light outside. We know that every year people shoot loved ones because they did not identify that it was a loved one who was unexpectedly in their house. Check out our article on low light defense for examples examples of exactly this happening, and it is so tragic because it is preventable. So we need the tools to illuminate. In addition, we know that having a strong light, including potentially a weapon-mounted light, can deter threats. In short, we have to identify our targets. Having a weapon-mounted light allows us another tool, not necessarily the primary tool, to do that. And it does it at a low cost. And take it from me, carrying a weapon-mounted light does not make my holster uncomfortable. If you're curious about the gear I use, of course it's Werkz. Check us out at werkz.com. We've got a whole selection of precision fit holsters for pistols with lights, including some holsters that we call the Outlier that fit a variety of pistols fitted up with a Streamlight TLR1 or a Surefire X300. So what do you think? Do you think Ken and Paul were absolutely on point here and that I'm the crazy one? Or do you think that carrying a weapon-mounted light is a good idea? Please leave a comment down below. I love to hear what you're gonna say.